this is Vijay, biology lecturer from Ailebad Junior College. Okay, as you know that we have started our NEET series. On that basis, we are discussing the each and every chapter of biological science and also chemistry in detail. There are few more representative organisms, and also we can easily understand about the thorough knowledge about the particular species by this biological classification. If we want to know about the thorough knowledge of a particular species, the species must be classified first. So that could help us to study how far the organisms are evolved, how the organisms are surviving, how the organisms are being given into different ecosystem, and what are the adaptive characteristic features of this organism. Yes, so this all we can discuss in detail by biological classification. Yes, finally, it also helps us to study the organisms are being specific geographical region, I mean the adaptive characteristic features, and also evolutionary relationship between the species. That also we can able to gain the knowledge by biological classification. So in the modern world, the incredible diversity of living beings, an approximate figure of 1.8 million species present in the planet Earth. Actually, this was the best understood in an evolutionary framework by a great taxonomist, scientist, biologist Carl Woese in the year 2000. Yes. So that credits goes to Carl Woese. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the 3-domain classification. So when we are discussing about this classification, in the earlier period, the organisms are being classified under different groups. Say for example, during the period of Aristotle, he made the entire living organisms under 2 different categories, plants and animals. Okay, so later on, Theocritus, so who involved for the plants are being placed into medicinal value and nutritional value. So he put effort for this, the classifying of plants in different categories. Yes, so there are many classification being occurs in the earlier period. But 3 domains of life or 3-domain classification, actually to know about this we should know some basic concept. As I said in the beginning period of time, there are 2 major categories of the classification of organisms based on 2 major groups. They are said to be Animalia and Plantae. Animalia and Plantae. So the organisms are being classified under these 2 major categories. Okay. Then later on, when we are talking about this Whittaker's, who proposed the 5 kingdom classification. Yes, so Whittaker who proposed the 5 kingdom classification, and that involves for 5 different categories of living organism. All the living organisms are being classified under 5 different categories. So what are that 5 different categories? Like Monera, the first category, so which involves for all the types of bacteria. Then Protista, this includes for all the types of protozoan or micro animals. Then the next category of fungi, which involves for all the saprophytic type of or saprophytic nutrition of living beings, micro level and macro level organisms. Then Plantae, which involves for all the types of plants. So this includes all the different type of plants, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Then finally Animalia. Animalia which involves for all these prochordate, euchordate, invertebrates and vertebrates, all that entire species are being placed in Animalia. So actually this is said to be 5 kingdom classification, and that was proposed by Whittaker. Okay. Now these coexisted with a scheme of dividing life into 2 main divisions. Actually this 5 kingdom classification is there. So this 5 kingdom classification is being divided into 2 major category. These 2 major category of living beings belongs to this 5 kingdom classification. What are the 2 major categories? One is said to be prokaryotes, the other one is said to be eukaryotes. So based on this prokaryotes and eukaryotes, all these 5 kingdom classification are being coexisted. Okay. Yes. So prokaryotes are nothing but this Monera or bacteria. Bacteria is said to be prokaryotes, and rest of them all belongs to the eukaryotic type of the living organisms. Okay. So now let us discuss these our prokaryotes are further divided into what are the different domains. Let us see now. So according to this Carl Huss, this kind of domain, the organisms are being existed from, the entire organisms. He made it into 3 different domains. What are the 3 different domains? These 3 different domains are, which includes what? Archaea, and next bacteria, and then finally eukarya. Yes. Okay. So actually these prokaryotes which belongs to the Monera is nothing but what? Bacteria. So that belongs to the category of prokaryotes. Actually these prokaryotes, that is further divided into 2 major categories. The prokaryotes are further divided into 2 major categories. So prokaryotes divided into 2 major domains. Yes, they are said to be archaea and bacteria. But eukaryotes are divided to a domain, that is eukarya. Yes. Now these are said to be the 3 domains of life. So based on this biological classification, 3 domain classification that been given by Carl Huss in the year 2000. Okay. What are the components of this archaea, then bacteria, then eukarya? Let us see one by one. Yes, this is said to be what? 3 domain classification. So according to this 3 domain classification, the organisms are being placed into 3 different domains like archaea, bacteria and eukarya. This archaea which involves for what are the species are being placed in archaea? Yes. So there are 2 different species being placed in archaea under the 3 domain classification. 3 domain classification. Yes. So this 3 domain classification. So according to this 3 domain classification, bacteria, eukaryota or eukarya and archaea, these 3 domain classification which involves for different type of species. Say for example archaea, in the domain archaea you see halophils and thermophils are being placed. And under the category of this bacteria you see there are 2 type of bacteria being placed. One is said to be the autotrophic mode of bacteria, the other one is said to be heterotrophic mode of bacteria based on its mode of nutrition. So autotrophic mode of nutrition, say for example like cyanobacteria, which belongs to this algae, cyanobacteria. Yes. And the next one is like heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition, these type of bacteria are there, yes, which are not involving for the self mode of nutrition, autotrophic. They are depending for certain other chemicals. Yes. So this also called as chemoautotrophics. Chemotrophic bacteria, we can say. Like eukaryota, this is the third domain. So this domain which involves for all the higher level organism and also few micro level organism. Say for example like protista, which involves for all the protozoans, flagellates which involves for all both algae and protozoan. Like Euglena, Paramecium, yes, Volvox, these all are few examples. And animals, all the type of animals involving under this category, eukaryota. Then plants, under these plants, thallophytes are the different type of plants which are involving in this. Then fungi, micro level fungi and macro level fungi. So saprophytic mode of nutrition organisms. So this is considered to be the 3 domain classification proposed by Carl Woese in the year 2000. So this domain was existed from the 5 kingdom classification. As we know, what are the 5 kingdom classification? Yes, what are these 5 kingdom classifications? Monera, Protista, fungi, plants and animalia. Plantae and animalia. So these are 5 kingdom classifications. So these 5 kingdom classifications are correlated with this 3 domain classification system. Now let us discuss every category in detail. First we'll discuss about the first domain, archaea. Okay, these particular type of organisms are being recorded over 3.6 million years ago. 3.6 million years ago. Okay, so this particular type of organisms, if you talk about the nature of the cell which has undeveloped cell wall, the cell wall is which is not developed very clearly, and also it does not have a proper nuclear membrane. Actually these particular organisms does not have a proper structure of nucleus. They have nucleus like structures. So that is said to be nucleoid like structure, but no proper nuclear membrane. So we know that already the organism which does not have the proper nuclear membrane, they belongs to prokaryotic type of living beings, prokaryotic cells or prokaryotic organisms. Okay, then these particular species with distinct biochemistry and RNA markers from the eubacteria. So that is one of the characteristic features of this archaebacteria or archaea. And most of these archaea, they do not look different from the bacteria under microscope, almost which are similar to this bacterial cell. Archaea and bacteria almost similar to each other based on biochemistry and also cell organelles. Genetically they are different from each other, but almost they are similar to the other characteristic features. The mode of survival of this archaea, the archaeas are the type of living beings which are being existed in extreme condition of climate, whether the high temperature or whether the low temperature. So they have been existed in different category of this extreme environment of our planet. Okay, so let us see few examples for this archaea. So as we discussed, this archaea, which consists of these 2 different categories of the living beings like halophils and thermophils. Yes, halophils, which are said to be what? Salt lovers. They are fond of salt. They live in salt or marshy land. No, thermophils, which are said to be temperature lover or acid lovers. So these are basic lovers, and these are acidic lovers. Other than that, there are one more category of this archaea. They are said to be methanogens. Methanogens. What is the meaning of this methanogens? So methanogens which loves for methane. They could able to prepare methane. Okay. So during the metabolism, the hydrogen and carbon dioxide, they are converted into methane by these particular type of organisms. So they could able to evolve methane during the metabolism. Mostly these methanogens are living in a particular environment or the particular ecosystem like swamps, marshland, yes, then termites and gut of cattle. Gut of cattle is nothing but that is the part of stomach in the cattle, ruminants. So where these organism could able to live. Okay, so these are methanogens, methane makers. The archaea actually it is not archaebacteria, archaea we are going to say. Yes, this archaea, it is also to be considered as archaebacteria called methanogens. Few examples, they could able to prepare methane. Then next, halophils. So halophils type of organisms under the category of archaea. So halophils, as I said, they love for salt. They live in the salt rich places. They thrive in salt. Say for example like Dead Sea, salt sea and salt lake or salt evaporation pond where the organism they could able to survive. Okay, these halophils of archaea, they could able to survive in the salt land, marshy land. These are the few examples for these halophils. When we are talking about these thermophils, yes, they prefer to live above 60 degree. Actually, when we are talking about most of the bacteria, they could able to cultured, inoculated in the microbiological lab, around 28 degree to 30 degree or 35 degree Celsius in between. But such a type of living organism you could able to see 60 degree Celsius. So these organisms are able to survive in above 60 degree Celsius or near or below freezing. So they are said to be what? Thermoacidophils or thermophils. And where these organisms are being existed? Thermophils. So thermophils are being existed in sulfur springs, small rivers, or the running water, and where it has lot of sulfur components, hot sulfur springs, and ocean bed, nearby the ocean bed, and waters around Antarctica, polar caps, ice caps. So these all are the environmental system where these organisms being existed, thermophils. So these all belongs to archaea. So we'll have a quick recap about archaea. Yes. So according to this 3 domain classification, archaea, bacteria and eukaryota, so being closely related to the 5 kingdom classification of Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. Now when we are talking about this archaea, you see, archaea, it has different type of species like halophils, thermophils and methanogens. Say for example, halophils, which are said to be salt lovers, they belongs to the environment where the rich amount of salt content like Dead Sea and the Great Salt Lake. So these are the places. And thermophils, they could able to survive at extreme temperature, 60 degrees Celsius, and also under freezing temperature. Say for example, these type of organisms been existed in the hot sulfur springs and also the polar ice caps are around the area of this Antarctica. And finally, when we are talking about this methanogens, these type of archaea, they could able to prepare methane by the metabolism of hydrogen and carbon dioxide. So they could able to prepare the methane. So these are the important examples for archaea. So far we have discussed NEET biology unit 2 biological classification and a few theory parts, the most important points. And this will be continued with one more video. Until then, thank you guys.